festival, the kids' bedtime stories or something. I was laughing. Especially the one how to live off the grid. That was funny. When you started talking, but I was very depressed. Because I always am. You're very beautiful. You won't give me a kiss. Let me hold you. Touch your face. And I was Mark. And then I was crying so much, and then there was like a baby, and there was a baby crying outside, and nothing could. I feel so unconsolable. And I heard a baby crying. And then a baby crying outside, and that's the only thing that reminded me of this little. I said when I hear a baby cry, I was worried about my baby. Hear my baby. It's like, where is he? Where is he? We're in my bag, in my purse, and my mama just got me. Very cute purse. He's very sweet. You're sitting in a nice. Say, are you okay? No, I'm the one that's not okay. You weren't okay. Are you okay? Are you okay? It took my mind off myself for a minute. And if you were okay, I went downstairs, sat down there for a minute. I needed a breather from all the beauty and emotion. I was sitting downstairs and my grandma was sitting up there awake. They were just watching the news. My mom was laying on the other couch. And she was asleep though. Going to sleep. And she was all bundled up and she woke up all bundled up, and then she woke up like going, I'm too hot. I'm so hot. She threw all her clothes off. And then ran to the bathroom. Oh, we had a rose. Oh, this was a cute part. I had a rose, and I had something poking me, and it was a rose sitting under me. And I gave it to you. I said, here, you take a rose there. And then I was putting your hand, and I was trying to put it between your legs. Or just make it to hoist it on your body. Make it like you were gripping a rose. Here's a rose, and then put it between your legs. And then, that's why my brain went. It wasn't my brain. It was just the way it looked. And then it goes, here, I love you. Take a rose. Have this rose. But then the rose, when I put it between your leg, it went. It was like it was like you were handing it to me, like you. I don't know, because then it flew back in my face, like you're handing me the rose. You're handing me the rose. And then nice. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the rose. You're so sweet. You're so mean. How sweet of you. It's okay. You deserve it. I put when I went downstairs, I was gonna give the rose to my grandma. But then she threw my roses I picked away. And I'm like, well, this belongs to my grandma anyway. I gave this rose to my grandma. I picked all the fresh flowers. She threw them all away. I didn't want to press them all. That was sad. Well, really, that rose was my grandma's rose. But then I was going to hand it to her. And then I thought, well, maybe she doesn't like roses or something. I don't know what. Just felt awkward. So then I just put on my mommy. The thing, and then I put the rose on my mom. And I was gonna just lay it. I was gonna put it in her hands. When she woke up, she went, "Why is there a rose in my hand?" I didn't want to wake her up though. I just set it on top of her. But then when she woke up, when she woke up, she was all bundled up, and she flew. Everything flew off of her, including the rose, went flying. And then and that was funny. You know what? I know. Really, Jacob. So this is your rose. Your rose. You're trying to give it away, but I think it's meant for you. Or really, I guess it's just meant to stay at my grandma's. Maybe that's the whole thing. I don't know. Another thing, man. My brain is turning to scrambled eggs. I can't handle anymore. I'm not doing good. And I hear banging under the sink last night here. I have you playing all night long. Oh, and I came back. Oh, I forgot. So then I was sitting next to my she got up all hot. The rose went flying. Then I was watching the news, and I don't know. There's just all kinds of tragedies on the news, and I'm going, what? I can't believe it. And then, then they showed and then I was so just already depressed, you know. And then I'm like, in the news, it was a horrible news. I'm like, then I was just thinking about things and getting more upset. And I was sitting there crying in the chair, even quietly. And then all of a sudden, then on the news came a bounce. They had a bounce house. All of a sudden, a story came up. I was crying the most. A bounce house. It was a bounce house flies away in where is it? It's where they act like the On Cinema Now is shot. Victorville, which I didn't even know was a real place. I thought Tim and Eric made it up. Victorville, I guess close by even, or relatively within an hour or two. They're going to Victorville. A bounce house went flying away, and then it showed a big house, a big balloon house, shooting off into the sky. And it looked so fun. And then they were interviewing the mom, and she goes, "It was scary. No one got hurt." And just how scary it was, and the bounce house just went flying, and it was such a funny sight. It burst me out of my thoughts, out of my tears. I couldn't stop laughing and watching this balloon shoot off, bounce house shoot off in the air. And then I thought I gotta go upstairs and look that clip up. And then I laid back down here, and I looked up bounce house goes flying, bounce house flying away. There's all kinds of horror. Don't look it up. I mean, it's funny and it's sad at the same time. They say all kinds of people die kids die from bounce houses going flying. I'm like, I can't even enjoy something ridiculous like a bounce house flying away, like a big balloon in the sky. There's a big house flying around real fast in the sky. It has to include a bunch of horrible deaths and just everything's horrible but there was one that was deathless, that was flying around, flying up in the sky near some phone poles, and it was the most. What a shot! You already know I like phone poles a lot, just since they have a weird, eerie majesty to them. So then they were flying. It was flying around near the phone poles even. It was real weird and it was spooky. Like, I want to paint it. Do a painting of it, because I already wanted to do a painting like that anyway. Do a painting. And the bounce house floating around near the phone poles. It goes shooting off to the phone poles and it smacks into the phone pole. And it goes to a bunch of sparks. Goes sparking up into this and everything. It hits it hard. Those things really go flying. And they fly ferociously. These huge houses. They're like airplanes. I don't understand. Airplanes barely make sense. Yeah, I know they have huge engines, but they weigh so much. How are these huge, heavy houses? Even though they're full of air, I mean, a balloon's full of air too, and it's light. Shouldn't it be flying a lot faster than a huge, heavy house full of air? But they really go, don't even make sense to me. They really go flying hard, and they keep going. That hit their phone pole hard. I guess there's not a lot of weight in the balloon, so it's not be forceful. But shouldn't they fly really fast then? They should go really fast. Well, I guess it was. I guess they do go fast and they have a hole in them. Well, the whole thing was funny and sad at the same time. And I go and I turn on the show and I press play again. And I notice I'm listening, I'm laughing. Or I'm not laughing, but I'm smiling. I like the show. It's cute, I really like it. And then laughing sometimes. And then you mentioned Piggy. You mentioned pigs. And I said, I mean, I like the show and everything. I'm always depressed. It was meant to cheer me up. But you mentioned pigs. I said in my video where I was talking to you long about my Amish fantasy. My Amish fantasy. And some of my Amish fantasy scenes, I said, going on and on about it. You know, they're probably boring. Maybe some of them, I don't know. But That I said if you were listening, you could hear this video. You hear me. Remember I said I want you naked with your foot up on the pig pen. I want the big black rubber boots naked, and like we pour the slop out and then you go. And you bang the bucket. I want you to stand there naked, banging the bucket, and ringing a bell. You go. Then I say, if you hear me, you talk about pigs. Talk about piggies. So I'll mention pigs in your next video. And you guys talked about pigs. You mentioned pigs. You even brought it up again. At the end of the pigs. So I was getting excited. I was excited. Did you hear me? You said other things were giving me anxiety. I'm always having anxiety. But it made me happy. Hear me talking about you. But I didn't even upload it yet, though. I mean, you're on my phone. It's really embarrassing. It actually makes me happy. It's kind of embarrassing, though. I don't know how you would have time to watch all that. It doesn't make sense. Whatever. It made me happy, though. It's too meant to be. I mean, I never heard you talk about piggies before, and I actually talk about piggies and talk about piggies. Did you like any part of that? Let's see. Did you like any part of that? Or I guess maybe enough to say piggy? You didn't really say anything, though.